Martin Scorsese is back with his new movie, and a movie that I can only describe as a Martin Scorsese film. Hello everyone, I'm Jay Mare and welcome to my review of Killers of the Flower Moon. And this new movie by Martin Scorsese is a very long awaited and a very anticipated movie. Long awaited for the reason that they already announced the idea of this film some years ago. I even think the idea already was announced even before The Irishman in 2019, so they were working on this film for quite a time. And it's also a very anticipated movie for several reasons. First of all, it's a Martin Scorsese film, and for me, Martin Scorsese is one of the greatest filmmakers in film history. He is a masterful director, and he is definitely one of my favorites. And the second reason why I really anticipate this movie was because we have a big cast in this movie. We have Robert De Niro and Leonardo DiCaprio, two acting legends sharing the screen together. That's amazing. It's not the first time though. I believe there was this movie back in the 90s they already played together. I'm not really familiar with that movie. It's not also that very well known. I don't even recall the name. Anyhow, it is not the first time they have acted together, but it's been some time ago. And that's why this movie was so excited for, to see Leonardo DiCaprio and Robert De Niro in one movie. That could be awesome. And what's the story about? Well, Killers of the Flower Moon is actually, I would even call it a history movie. It's about an American tragedy. It's about this area, this place, Osage Country, where Native Americans live in the 1920s. And it was not really a good ground until the day they found oil there. Suddenly it's a very rich ground, and certain families living there became very wealthy, very rich. And this movie is basically about these two families. On the one hand we have a family of four sisters and their mother who got wealthy of this oil. They have the rights of the oil. And then we have another family, the family in which Robert De Niro and Leonardo DiCaprio are part of. And they are also wealthy. At least that's the what I see in the movie. I can guess that they are wealthy. But they are also very greedy. That's for 100% sure about. They really love money, both of them. And they really want those rights of the oil. And the only way to do that is to eliminate that other family, the family of the four sisters. So there is a lot of plotting, scheming, murders, all for money and rights on oil. And that's basically what the movie is about. Those two families and all the tragic events that happened in Osage Country during the 1920s. That's the plot. Let's talk about the movie now. And we should begin with the obvious, and that is the length. Yes, it's a very long movie. The runtime of this film is 3 hours and 26 minutes. It's not his longest movie, it's 3 minutes shorter than his previous one, The Irishman. Still, 3 hours and a half is a pretty long movie. And I actually think the movie is great. But sometimes the length was a bit exhausting for me, so maybe the movie could have been greater if it was shorter. But then again, I do not really know what segments I should have left out of the movie. Everything feels important story-wise, character-wise, so it's a very difficult question to answer. Was the length of 3 hours and 26 minutes needed for its greatness, or could have it been greater with a short runtime? Was the film actually a good format? Would it have been better with a limited show? I would say so, yes. But as a movie, it still works. It's a great movie, even though it's a very long movie. Anyhow, what really works in this film is the story. Martin Scorsese really wanted to tell this story about the Osage Country, and it's an important story to tell. Um, because it's about an American tragedy that happened in the 1920s, so it's a very important story. And you can also really tell that this is a Martin Scorsese film. Not only the length, but also structure-wise. Sometimes I hear this criticism of Martin Scorsese that he always makes the same movies. That is kinda true. He has the same structure, but if something works, why would you change it? So I don't mind that. I know what to expect when I go to see a Martin Scorsese movie, and that is what I got. It's also a very well directed movie. Martin Scorsese is not a young director anymore, so for his age he still can make great movies. So I really appreciate that he still continue to make movies for us. So I really like that. And what else can I say? The only problem that I had directing wise in this movie is that certain transitions in the movie, I mean the transition from a one shot to another shot, they were sometimes messy. It was not a perfect transition. As this was something that I noticed. Sometimes it bothered me from could they not have been better? Could they not have picked a better shot for that transition? But yeah, that's something that I noticed. Also, a great positive on this movie was the production design. The movie is set in the 1920s, and they really succeed in the whole production. You really feel like that they throw you back 100 years in the past to that certain place. Um, it really feels like the 1920s, so I really admire that. And also, the acting in this movie was fantastic. It was great acting. What did you expect if you have two acting legends? We have Leonardo DiCaprio and we have Robert De Niro in one movie. They are really amazing actors, and some little appreciation for Robert De Niro because Robert De Niro also not young anymore. He's an old actor now, and what a career he had. He truly starred in some epic movies. He played some amazing characters through the years. So yeah, he is one of the best actors we ever had in our film history. And I liked most of his movies. So great actor. Um, Leonardo was also very good in this movie. Not his best work. I think he had done better movies in the past. Lily Gladstone was also very great in this movie. Show stealer by moments. A big surprise by Brendan Fraser. Did not really know that he was in the movie, and suddenly, towards the end of the movie, he pops up like some kind of jump scare. And I was really surprised by that. Hey, that's Brendan Fraser in this movie, and he was actually good, a bit different than we usually know from Brendan Fraser, but really like to see him. Also, Jesse Plemons did a fantastic job, but for me, the best actor in this movie was Robert De Niro. He really portrayed his character very good. He had some creepiness on him. He was not really creepy, but it was just the way he say things. He moves, he acts, his attitude. He really gives a creepy performance in this. So I really liked his character, even though he's not really a good character. But Robert De Niro, fantastic job. So in short, it's actually a fantastic movie. It's a great movie, but it's also exhausting watch because of the runtime. And also, I've seen the movie some days ago, and I don't really get the feeling that the movie sticks with me. So yeah, I kind of miss that feeling to have after the movie. So, but still, it's a great movie. I will certainly recommend it to people. Please see this. It's an important story. It's a great movie. But make time in your schedule because you're gonna need it. So these were my thoughts on the movie Killers of the Flower Moon. I hope you enjoyed my review. Always be free to share your thoughts on the movie below in the comments. Would love to read those. If you want to see more reviews of me in the future, always be free to subscribe to my channel. And till the next time.